Hi, I'm Renata DeGrella and welcome to my channel. Since this is my first YouTube video ever, I just want to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what my channel will be about. I'm going to be posting weekly New York City vlogs, fashion career tips, outfit videos, lifestyle videos, New York City apartment searching, like that kind of stuff. So any kind of New York content, there'll be a ton coming your way, from restaurants to like what neighborhood to live in and like all of that stuff. This is going to be your one-stop shop for all things working in fashion, living in New York City, and looking good while doing it. Let's get started. You guys probably know me from TikTok, where I do the New York Minute vlogs. So I figured the best way to start on my YouTube channel would be to answer some of your most asked questions. So I wrote them all out here, and I am going to just go through them and answer your common questions so you guys can get to know me a little bit more. Why did you start the New York Minute videos? Basically, I started the New York Minute videos as a way to get myself excited to go back into the normal 9 to 6 routine. My office had just opened up and I was going in a few days a week, and I wanted a way to kind of like romanticize my life a little bit, just kind of like show you guys the highlights of what it's like. And now I kind of do it. I kept doing it because I really love inspiring you guys and showing you guys what it's like to work in fashion. So question number 2, have you always lived in New York City? I was born in Queens and spent a little bit of my childhood there, and then I was raised on Long Island. I went to college in North Carolina, and then I moved back to New York City for working in the fashion industry. Question number 3, have you seen any celebrities in New York City? So I actually get to work with a lot of celebrities for my job, and just being in the fashion industry, I've been able to see a lot of celebrities. So some celebrities that I've seen at work have been Bella Hadid, Gigi Hadid, Anna Wintour, Nicki Minaj, Sophia Richie, Jennifer Lopez, Michael B. Jordan, Meg Thee Stallion. So I've gotten to see a ton of people just through work. And then when it comes to just like walking down the street, I think I've only ever seen Nick from New Girl and J Balvin. Where did you go to school and what was your major? So I went to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, go Heels. I majored in public relations and political science. I was in the School of Media and Journalism, which I absolutely loved. They have so many amazing opportunities for their students, and I could not be where I am today without them. My political science degree was more of just like just in case I decide to go to law school one day, which I was really debating at the time when I was in college, I would have that kind of major. I don't use it in my day-to-day work or anything, and I ended up going full send on the media and journalism path through public relations. How did you get into the fashion industry? So I actually have some TikTok story times about this, and I'm going to do some pretty extensive fashion industry breakthrough videos. But long story short, I was originally pre-med when I entered school, and I did not like it at all. Organic chemistry killed me, and I realized I wasn't passionate about it. And I just kind of spoke to some girls who did fashion PR, and I fell in love, and I decided that was what I was gonna do, and by any means I will get it done. So I found a bunch of local internships in North Carolina I worked for a small startup fashion brand named Curtsy, where it was like an app where you could buy and sell clothes on your college campus. So I worked with them for a little bit as an Instagram manager. I was in my school's fashion magazine on the marketing team. I did PRSSA, which is the Public Relations Society of America, and I did a pitch competition with them. So I found a ton of ways to get local experience before I applied to my big first New York City fashion internship, which was Oscar de la Renta. I got a referral from someone at UNC who I met for coffee, and I applied, interviewed, and that's how I got in. Again, I'm going to do a full video on interviewing tips, interviewing questions, like what you can expect. What are your favorite restaurants? I would say some of my favorite restaurants are definitely Via Carota in the West Village. Super hard to get into because they don't take reservations, but if you can, and there isn't a long wait, you definitely should try. I love Don Angie. Their food is amazing. Carbone, honorable mention, obviously. but they're all right. I think the mozzarella is really my favorite part of Carbone. Those are my favorite places that I can think of off the top of my head, like as far as restaurants go. Next question is, how do you budget in New York City? So I would say the best way to budget would be to first take out all of your like monthly expenses and everything. So I would take out like your rent, your student loans, any monthly subscriptions you have, and then from there set a budget for yourself that you would like. For me, sometimes it's as low as $100 a week, and sometimes it's as high as maybe like $200, $250, and I plan my schedule around that. So like if I'm sticking to $100 a week because I want to put a lot of my savings that week, then I make sure I'm not planning expensive boozy brunches. I am not going out to dinner every night. I'm not buying coffee every day or lunch every day. So I stick to that limit for myself, and I don't plan over that limit. I also cook a lot at home. I bring my lunches because, you know, those $15 sweet green salads for lunch really add up. So don't do that every day. Eating home-cooked meals is like my number one way of saving, and doing fun things with friends, just like going to the park and stuff like that, which is totally free and still very fun. What are the pros and cons of living in New York City? So the pros are definitely that you will never run out of things to do. Like literally, even during the coronavirus pandemic, like there's all these pop-ups of like outdoor restaurants and outdoor rooftop things, and like there's so many cool things going on all the time. And also the food. I am a huge foodie, so a pro of living in New York City is that we have some of the best food in the world. I would say the worst parts of living in New York City are definitely how expensive it is, how dirty it is. Like literally we have the dirtiest subway system. There are rats, there are roaches, there are mice. Like it is gross here. It smells like garbage, especially in the summer. So it's definitely not super glamorous, but I think that the pros outweigh the cons. So last question is, any tips for moving to New York City? So I get this question a lot, and I would say that definitely save up. Know that you're gonna go and have a good job, because it is very difficult to move to New York City without a good job. I moved to New York City with a not so great paying job when I first got here, and I had to work 2 jobs and work 7 days a week, and it was a very, very hard period in my life. So I would really recommend you coming here knowing either you'll have to do that and mentally prepare for that, or get a good job. And also find roommates. Like it's so hard to live in New York City without roommates, so make sure you know or can find someone you can live with. I would definitely recommend knowing, like kind of doing your research on what type of neighborhoods you want to live in. If you want to stay in Manhattan, then Murray Hill, Hell's Kitchen, Fide are all great neighborhoods that are more affordable for apartments. If you don't have to budget, then I would recommend maybe like the West Village or East Village. Like those are great neighborhoods and they're so fun. If you're looking outside of Manhattan, please be conscious of the communities that live there. I know that the rent is cheaper, but gentrification is a huge issue. So just be conscious of that. So I think that is it for my first YouTube video. I answered a ton of questions, and I'm happy to do another Q&A if you guys would like. Please leave comments of questions you'd like me to answer. You can expect weekly vlogs to be uploaded on Tuesdays, and then career tip videos will be on Thursdays, and any other lifestyle content that I decide to post will be on Saturdays. And this will all be weekly from now on, starting next week. Thank you. Please like, please subscribe, and follow me on Instagram.